Do different fry shapes actually taste different? Today I'm going to try every fry cut that I ever heard of that we can make at home without the use of any machines. Only small tools. I don't know how many potatoes I'm going to need. Look at this smiley shaped potato with a face and a belly. I'm going to start with 4. I will peel, wash, and cut them into fry shape. I'm going to start cutting shoestring first. I have this peeler. It has sawtooth shaped cut. I think it will make cuts in sawtooth shape. I will try to cut as thick as possible. Yes, it does give them sawtooth spikes. Will that be a fair judgment if I cut them with this curly peeler, while generally they are cut with a straight peeler? These spikes will give them extra crisp. Let's cut a shoestring fry. This is how it looks. Let's cut some more. Aren't they a little too thin? Some people call it shoestring and some call this thin the matchstick fries. Let's try to cut them using this tool. It has a little cutter here which is plain without the ridges, the sawtooth pattern, like the earlier one. It's a little difficult to cut with it. It also is cutting them a little too thin, thinner than that spiky peeler. Let me try cutting them without the peeler. I will slice it a little bit thicker and then stack them on top of each other and cut them in shoestring fries shape. I think this is a reasonable thickness. What do you think? It is so confusing whether what thickness to choose. You know what? I'm going to try 3 different thicknesses that people refer to as shoestring and try them all. This is one thickness. I would call it the medium thickness. Let's put them in our tray. Now for peeler thin, I need a smaller potato. This one is good. I'm going to try Gordon Ramsay's hack for this one, where you slice it in layers and then cut them with a peeler to save time. Now how do I slice it in layers? From the width or the length side? Of course we're not slicing it from the height side. Let's proceed this way. Now take our peeler and cut them. Yeah, this is our thinnest shoestring. They go into the tray and now it's turn for our thickest shoestring. I'm going to take a little bigger potato for this thickness. This is our thickest shoestring. For crinkle cut, I bought this knife. Now I feel like I have bought a knife with small curvature for crinkle. I have seen the restaurant crinkle fries are very spiky. Maybe it will not make them that spiky. I feel like I will need to use force to cut through the potato. It doesn't seem very sharp. Our smiley potato is a little bigger than the knife. This one is good. Oh wow, it went through pretty easily. It's a sharp knife. I like that. Now let's slice from here, and here are our first 2 crinkle fries. The crinkle is pretty good actually. Not as spiky as the ones that I eat at a restaurant, but still pretty good. I like this knife. This purchase was a good decision. Crinkle fries go in our tray. The picture in the advertisement said it could also make waffle fries, and it makes sense, cut it, crinkle on one side, and then rotate the potato by 90 degrees and cut again, and it will be a waffle. The first one will go just like this. Now I rotate it by 90 degrees, and it should be our waffle fry. Nope, not exactly a waffle. It only has one waffle hole. Let's try to cut it even thinner. This will generate the waffle holes, right? No. Still not working. The one with the maximum holes is too thin. I don't think this tool can make waffle fries. So, although it was a good purchase, but they did manage to lie on the advertisement. I actually bought it so I could make 2 fry cuts with one tool without having to purchase another. Well, what can we say? For curly fries, I bought this tool. I thought you needed a machine, but actually you can also use this tool for curly fries. I feel like its diameter is just a little bit bigger than it should have been for curly fries. Thicker ones will have less crunch. I don't know how it will go. It is also detachable. Good thing we have to press down to cut a curl, and while pressing down it stays attached. Let's poke it into our potato. Smiley potato is the second tallest, perfect for a continuous curly fry, right? What? Why did it break? I didn't change direction of the knife. Why is it like this? I didn't expect it to be like this. The advertisement picture advertised it with a different picture. It's like a hollow semicircle curl. I was expecting it to be a 3-dimensional solid curl. It's taking a lot of effort. I was actually aiming for this kind of curl, but it gave me these curls. Oh, it finally came out. Oh, oh my god. What was that? Oh my god. No. Here comes the use of the detachable bar. How do we take it out now? Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, this is the only good thing here. What should I do with it? Should I separate it or should I use it like this? Let's try to make some more. Put them in our tray. Let's make normal fries. I don't think I'll be able to handle this big of a potato, so I'm cutting it in half. I'm not going to use this big of a wok also. So normal fries go in our tray. Let's now cut some wedges. Let's put the wedges in our tray. After a while, I thought I should practice waffle fries one more time. I wasn't expecting success, so I didn't bother peeling it. No, they're not becoming waffles. And they're a little too thin. Thinner than what I saw in pictures. Let me cut them a little thicker and let's just poke holes in them. I will dry each fry type with a clean cloth before frying. Our thinnest shoestring fries go in. They're popping like crackers. Not popping in size like crackers, but they were deeper and then they came on the surface. They're going to be very crispy. I can see that. Now it's time for our medium shoestring. They came out crispy as well. Thickest shoestring. Oh great, they're also crispy. Actually, this is due to the oil that I'm using. It is making their skin crispy. Here is our result, and they turned out to be 8 different types. Now let's have a taste test. So I'm going to start with the crispiest ones. I think they get their name from the shoelace, the shoestring that we use to tie our shoes. Don't you think it's a little offensive name for a food item? People refer to this thin as shoestring and this thin as shoestring and this thing as shoestring. So what I did, I cut them in 3 different thicknesses and I'm going to try them all. So they were very crispy. They did not hold the seasoning very well. You can see I was sprinkling them all over them, but all the seasoning is underneath them. They became a little bit brown, although I tried my best to make them white, but I also wanted to make them crispy. So what I did, I waited until they were crispy and I just took them out. And the minute I took them out, they were still white. But then meanwhile, while transferring them from the oil to the plate, although they were not inside the oil, the heat made them a little bit brown. So whenever fries become a little bit brown, their taste changes. And I'm not a huge fan of the fries that have like a brown color and that kind of taste. They are not like fries, they're more like chips, like a Lay's type of taste in them, like Nimco. But Lay's is different. Lay's has flavoring and it, I think, also has MSG that make it seem tastier than it actually is. So not my favorite, but they're very crispy, so they can satisfy your crispy craving if you are having one. Now we move towards the ones that we made a little bit thicker. They were crispy when I took them out of the pan. This one had more crisp and less potato flavor. This one has a little bit more potato flavor and less crisp in comparison to these ones. Now the other one, the thickest shoestring. These are like normal fries, but a little bit more crispy, and yeah, They are fries, they are tasty. These are the crinkle ones, and they actually held quite a lot of spice. They were also crispy on the outside when I took them out of the oil. But now that a few minutes have passed, so of course their crispiness has changed. They are different in texture, they have a different feel to them than normal fries, and a little bit more crispy in comparison to normal fries. These are not our normal fries. They're nice. They were also crispy when I took them out of the oil. Yeah, they're normal fries, they're nice. So now it's time for the wedges. Crispy on the outside, soft on the inside, and they have the highest potato flavor. The normal fries, they have very balanced taste. They're like crisp to potato ratio. Now for these ones, I actually don't like fries when they become brown, but the browns from these curly fries, they're actually very tasty. They taste different than the chips. They are better in comparison to other shoestring fries or any other Lay's like fries. Now the most fun part, this one. How does it taste? Yeah, it has a very different crisp to it, but it is also soft. So honestly, if you are very concerned about texture, you should go for them. Otherwise, normal fries are okay. Why complicate your life? They're crispy at some places and they're soft at some places. So they really have a taste like that. These ones are the waffle fries. I will try to find one which resembles a waffle the most. Yeah, this one. Crispy and more like chips than fries. Airy, not my favorite. They're actually a little too thin. So when fries are a little too thin, they lack in potato flavor and they have more crispiness. So I would rather prefer a balanced taste. I will stick to normal fries for most of the days, and if I'm craving for something crispy, I'll go to some other kind of fries, and if I'm craving for more potato flavor, I would go for wedges. Potatoes are delicious in every fry shape. Who came up with the idea of turning potatoes into this delicious snack? Your answer is here.